history books for Slovenia. Mitja Petkovic taking the gold medal on the parallel bars ahead of Li Xiaoping of China and Jan Kuchera of France. Now to one of the highlights of the night. It's highlight after highlight, really, but look at this field for the dynamic women's floor. Nastia Liukin going for yet another medal. Isabel Severino's had her problems this week. Can she overcome them on the floor? Damien dos Santos, the champion from Brazil, and we're all looking forward to seeing her. Nastia Sacramone, Elena Zamolodchikova of Russia, Monet Russo's representing Australia, Emily Lepenik, France, and Suzanne Harmus of the Netherlands. It promises to be a wonderful, wonderful set of routines, because the women's floor routines have all the elements for great entertainment, and there's no doubt they are a great crowd favourite.
The floor exercise is the most captivating apparatus, as the audience is drawn into the gymnast performance through her music selection and interpretation, and of course, her personality. Routines will generally have 3 to 4 tumbling lines, which show forward and backward twists, and double saltos, which are double somersaults. The tumbling is linked with combinations of leaps, jumps, and pirouettes, and all have to be performed within the confines of the floor area. Judges look for gymnasts able to combine powerful and dynamic tumbling combined with unique choreography that is both graceful and expressive. At the elite level, margins between scores are slim, and it's the wow factor that will help decide the winning gymnast.
One of the highlights we're going to see today on floor will be Damien dos Santos. She is the reigning world champion, the most dynamic athlete, and some outstanding tumbling lines. Hobbies are shopping, so she should do well in Melbourne. And she's 22 years of age, and she's a real treat to watch.
Yes, this is a wonderful, wonderful final. 8 absolute stars, including Australia's Monet Russo.
Coming into this competition, the USA women's team said they would or they could win every gold. So far, they've won 3 out of the 4. That's not bad, is it?
No, it's not, and it's not over yet.
First competitor in the women's
in actual fact, they've won gold and silver in 3 of the 4.
Nastia Liukin.
And here's a chance to add to that. The first routine on the floor is from Nastia Liukin.
Front half through to 2.5 twist. Triple twist. Just a 2.5 twist to complete a near perfect championships for this girl. And there it goes.
16 years of age. That's what's incredible.
She has competed 4 routines in qualification, 4 in the all-around final, 3 in the apparatus finals, and we have yet to see her make even a medium-level mistake. She is such an outstanding athlete. Of course, her mother, Anna, was the world 1987 rhythmic champion, and you can see the qualities coming out in her daughter, and her mother came to watch her here, and she said she chickened out the first day. She couldn't watch her.
Really?
And the second day she came in and came to watch her daughter, or last night, and came in to watch her, and her daughter said, "Did you close your eyes or did you really watch me?" And she said, "Actually, I watched you. I just normally can't stand it. It's so suspenseful." But
well, don't forget her father too.
Yes,
Valerie, who was a wonderful, wonderful gymnast. 4 medals at the Olympic Games in Seoul in '88. 2 of those were gold. And here's Nastia's score, 9.425.
yeah, that's a reasonable start. Probably not enough for a gold medal today, but never know.
Now, Isabel Severino. She's had her problems on several apparatus this week. Let's hope she can blow away the cobwebs here on the floor.
Well, it is her favourite apparatus, and she has made it through to the final, and she's such a glamorous worker. Good first line. Two and a half, front half. Triple twist. She was going outstandingly well, and it looked to me like she just opened out a tiny bit early.
Well, look at her now, and it's just so disappointing. Everything
First line
was
perfect. And the dance quality, the entertainment value on this floor is one of the best that we'll see at this championships. And here we see that triple twist, 2.5 front, half out. And the last line just misjudges it. Looks to me like she's sort of prepared for the landing a little bit early. And not enough rotation. And she certainly didn't deserve that finish, because that was a great entertaining floor routine.
So her disappointment sadly continues at these championships. It's an 8.625. It does, however, clear the floor and leave a stage for Diane dos Santos, the world champion from Brazil. She qualified 1 with a score of 9.55. Liukin looks on. She knows she is a great rival and a wonderful champion.
Please welcome from Brazil, Diane dos Santos.
Diane dos Santos, the only danger for her that she'll get too exuberant and over-rotate her tumbling, because she is just so dynamic. Moravian double pike twist, missed it. So she's played cautious. Double layup for a third line. So athletic.
The big question is, what price does she pay for the early miss?
She pays the price of missing out on a medal totally, unless, of course, everybody else falls as well. The interesting thing was at the Olympic Games, she over-rotated this tumbling line and went running out of the corner. So I think she's played safe here and paid the penalty. She's so dynamic, though. That's Arabian double pike. And loses for the fall, loses the value of the element.
Remember, at the moment, Nastia Liukin leads with a score of 9.425.
And yet to come, Manette Russo. So chances are improving all the time for Russo to pick up another medal.
Beth Tweddle forced out of this women's floor final. She had a cut on her knee that she aggravated late yesterday, and it caused her more pain during the night. No, I'm afraid the world champ is out. 8.837.
Next competitor on floor is the World Cup medalist. Please welcome from the United States of America, Nastia Sacramone.
Here's Nastia Sacramone. She just edged out Chelsea Memel. Each country can have 2 competitors. They're very, very strong.
And this girl is dynamic plus. Arabian double tuck, it's good. Pull in, second line. Front layout, a little bit of bent knees on the layout, but still good.
Oh, dynamic from Nastia Sacramone, the bronze medalist on the vault, and now again certainly in medal contention.
Yes, it's a very, very dynamic routine. And Liukin waiting there to congratulate her teammate. The American girls have just come out here and blown everybody away with their dynamic work, their mastery of all the apparatus. We've seen them just do so well this week. And Sacramone, a powerful girl, and of course the more powerful you are, the harder it is to control your landings, and that's the only thing which could take her down a little bit, is just the control of the landings. That's fine. Great team spirit amongst the USA gymnasts.
Yes, Nastia with her every step of the way. Now she's got to beat a 9.425, and she does. It's a 9.612. So that is America 1 and 2 at the moment. Dos Santos, the world champion,
Zamolodchikova
is in 3rd place. Here now is the 2000 Olympic champion, Elena Zamolodchikova.
Beautiful double layout to start. Front pull to double pike. 2 clean landings. A little bit off on that jump double. Good triple twist.
Scores and also Monette Rousseau. But remember, there's one more apparatus to go and one more Australian waiting to give his best.
And here we have Zamolodchikova. This has been an outstanding floor routine. 4 very difficult tumbling lines, front full to double pike. And of all the girls, she's showing the most difficulty. Very popular. And the last line, she's the only one finishing with a full in, and it's just great. She's had her most successful competitions in Australia, of course, being gold on beam and floor at the Sydney 2000 Games.
A dual Olympian too, but whether she can catch Sacramone.
Counting the difficulty here, about to key in the start value. And it will come down to a little bit of judges' preference, of course. You have the deductions going along the way, but I thought Sacramone and Zamolodchikova were very similar. The similar standard, just had different things about their routines that you can like.
In the meantime, Monette Rousseau for Australia waits. She's next on the floor.
You know, Rousseau can score about a 9.4, so she's definitely in and with a chance here.
And she came in because Beth Tweddle and Zhang Yufei were both forced out through injury. Elena anxiously awaits. And so too does Monette. This is where it becomes a little disconcerting. Her mum, family there with the green and gold, ready to give her all the support they possibly can.
Taking a long time here, and I suspect there's some talk about the start value. Sacramone and Liukin in 1 and 2. Can it be American Quinella?
Again?
On 4 out of 5 apparatus? That would just be amazing. And there we can see the screen judges can refer to with the start value. And if the gymnast disagrees with the start value, they can protest, and it will go all the way to the chair of the apparatus, who sits at a different place. And she can review the routine, but it seems to me that there's some question as to how they've valued some of those movements. Whoa, 97 start value.
That is a very disappointing score.
And this is not dissimilar to the crowd reaction when Alexei Nemov received his low score.
Oh, I think the crowd was a little more volatile then.
Well, the boos are there.
But it's interesting because Monette was also delayed prior to the beam. But here she is, to the roar of this capacity crowd.
And Rousseau needs a 9.45 to get a medal.
Let's enjoy her routine.
She make this second line, she'll be tired. Oh, well done. into a double twist.
Big finish. Come on.
Oh, you beauty. Well, how proud is Australia of this young girl?
Outstanding.
She has not put a foot wrong this whole championships. I think Sacramone's safe for the gold still, but if Russo can get 9-4, it still would be in third place and put a lot of pressure on the last two competitors.
There's Lepenik and Harmas to come. Lepenik did qualify fourth.
And Russo showing very nice tumbling. Two full ins, one piked, one tucked. Hopefully she'll get all her dance bonus counted. Quite often that can be the difference between winning and losing, as we saw with Zamolodchikova with a very low start value. But Russo has been absolutely impeccable these whole championships. And she's been so well prepared by her coaches at the VIS, overseen by national coach Peggy Liddick, and the women's national program is in great shape.
And when you think just 17 years of age, she has a chance to really set up a wonderful program for Beijing in 2008. There is Lepenik, Emily Lepenik, scored a 9.437 in qualifying. As I said, that was fourth. Score coming through, and it's a disappointing score, really. That's.
I suspect some of the dance bonus didn't get paid tonight, but
it's a 9.1. It currently places her in fourth position.
Our next competitor on floor is an Olympic medalist from France. Please welcome
Emily Lepenik now from France.
Can she break the stranglehold that USA has on these championships? Clean pulling pike. Good triple turn to a straddle jump full turn. Picks up bonus for that. Oh, she's missed. Finishing with a triple twist, but it's all a little bit academic for her. She won't be in the medals tonight.
So the fall costing her dearly. Emily Lepenik of France. She too just 17 years of age. And of course tasted Olympic gold when she won the uneven bars in Athens. That was amazing.
Well, we're seeing
this is not her night.
Uncharacteristic number of falls for a floor final. Occasionally you get one, maybe two, but we've seen, I think, 4 girls now, or sorry, 3 girls fall, and a couple more with low start values. It's most unusual to see this happen, and so far only Sacramone and Liukin have completed their routines with all their difficulty and tumbling. And here we see the lack of timing, just in the wrong place at the wrong time, can't rebound. A triple twist to finish, but not going to help her at this point.
Leaves just Suzanne Harms of the Netherlands to perform on the floor.
I think Sacramone knows that Harms cannot come ahead of her. 8.87, 8.887 for a panic from a possible 9.9.
So are we looking at yet another American quinella? Harms trying to emulate Yuri van Gelder, her countryman.
Please welcome Suzanne Harms.
9.225 in the qualification. You'd have to think that for her to come up into second position would be almost an impossibility. Little shake on some of those dance connections. Good triple to finish. So she's got one more tumbling line left. Oh, she's out. Might cost her the bronze medal.
Suzanne Harms of the Netherlands. Again, just one tiny error can be so costly.
Well, she needs a 9.163 for a bronze to edge out Zamolodchikova. So there's a possibility there, but some of her tumbling a little bit messy with the legs. You can see there in the full in, and also some of her dance elements not performed 100% cleanly. So it will depend on her start value and also the little deductions creeping there along the way. So you could possibly get a bronze. Now the Netherlands got a silver on this apparatus in 2002. That's their only floor medal in the history of the event. And out of the floor there, that's a 1/10 straight deduction.
Should she fail to score in excess of 9.425, and I'm sure she will.
I can hear Marta Caroli in the background saying, excellent. 1-2.
And that's what I was going to say. They've already quinelled the United States, the all-around, the uneven bars, and the beam. And she is more than positive that they're going to add the floor to that to make it an extraordinary quartet of success.
Certainly at the beginning of the week, people were saying that was an outrageous prediction that they were going to win every medal. Well, they won just about every medal they could win.
Look at Nastia.
It is what it is. All I can say, it is what it is.
And there's the score. It's a 9.212. She does edge out Elena Zamolodchikova. Suzanne Harms takes the bronze medal. But for America, it is double gold. And there they are. Nastia Sacramone, Nastia Liukin, and Suzanne Harms. The top three on the women's floor.
And if you thought that was exciting, we've still got Damien Istria from Australia to come up on the high bar shortly.
And here we go. Sacramone the gold, Liukin the silver, Harms from the Netherlands the bronze medal. Zamolodchikova was fourth. Monet Russo, very creditable fifth. And then comes Emily Lepenik. Dan Dos Santos, the world champ, bitterly disappointed with that routine. Things just did not work. Likewise for Isabel Severino. So the last apparatus final is up next. The spectacular aerials of the men's high bar. And our very own Damien Istria, as Liz said, is amongst the 8 finalists. But it certainly hasn't been a walk in the park for this young Australian to achieve his high bar final.
So far away.
The first step is to get to the competition injury-free. The next step is to make a final, which I guess I wasn't even expecting to do, and then now I've made a final. It's just a matter of doing one more routine, I hope.
Simple.
Yeah, well, in theory it is.
And in practice, it's been much, much harder for Damien Istria to get to where he is today. The Queenslander was a 2000 Olympian, and things were on track for Athens before a training accident on the high bar 2 years ago.
As I went over the bar, I hadn't realised or didn't know what happened. I had actually caught funny, and the leather things we wear on our hands are called guards, and it had pinched over, so consequently my wrist stopped at the bottom of the bar and my body kept going round. The worst thing in the world was the fact that I knew it was happening, because you're swinging up at the back and the wrist stops and you go, wait a second, I can't let go.
So for the next 12 months, there was no gymnastics. It took him 6 months just to do a push-up. Retirement? Well, no. His background means he doesn't take easy options. His grandparents immigrated from Italy and toiled on the North Queensland sugar fields. So when Damien nailed his qualifying routine, all the hard work spent coming back was duly celebrated.
It's the highest score I've ever scored in my whole career, 9.612. When that score came up, I lost it. I absolutely, and you can tell from my floor routine after that, I'd lost the plot. I was still too busy thinking about high bar.
And for the past 4 days, he hasn't stopped thoughts of being up there. And the view is certainly better than what it used to be.